Hi everyone, this is Diane. I have a haul to show you, and this is partly from the craft booth and partly from the Tioga Downs, the Barnes flea market. So this is all I got from the craft booth this time. I was driving by it on my way home from taking my dad to the clinic, and so I just pulled in to see if she had anything new. And I knew she was bringing tape, like the little tape runner things. But I found these. She had some the first time I was there, a couple boxes of this, packages, and they were $3, which is what I get them for at Hobby Lobby. So I didn't get it, but these were marked $2, and they're the width that I use. So I have 4 rolls, 6 yards each. Oh, these are only 5 yards. I don't know this brand. And then I found these 2 little 6x6 pads. The paper was a lot less. People have been buying the paper, which gave me a chance to see some of it better. And I just really love these pastel colors. But this is Lawn Fawn. They both are. But why would they use these pretty pastel colors and then add gray? I don't know. I'm not fond of the gray. And there are quite a few gray. Look at how pretty that is, though. Those are my colors. There's more gray. I guess it just repeats. But anyway, I'm happy to have that. And it was, oh, he didn't charge me much. He charged me $2 because they weren't marked. That's not bad. And then this one with just the pastel ginghams. Which, you know, I love gingham. So, how many? They were unopened. I had to split them open. 36 sheets in each pack. Now, the Tioga Downs haul. I'm going to move this. I don't need this on here for doing a haul, and it's getting ugly. So, you can look at my pretty table. I didn't get a whole lot from the Barnes. Oh, I did get a handmade vintage quilt, and it's on my bed. I should have had it down here to show you. I had that as my background. Maybe next time I'll bring it down, but I wanted to see how it fit on my bed. And it's beautiful. It's a wedding ring design, and it has a white background and the wedding ring pieces have the little pieces of patchwork, and they're pastel, and it's perfect with the light green walls in my bedroom. And it's got the scalloped edge, and it's pretty tattered on the edges, in some spots. But I like it. It's a shabby chic look that I wanted for my bedroom. So, and he gave me a good price. It was marked high, I thought, and I asked him if he would take a lower amount, and then he even went lower than what I said. I was like, what? I like the way you barter or bargain. So he said he just wants to take good care of his good customers. So I really appreciated that. Okay, so what else did I get from the Barnes? Get the stuff out of my bags. I want to see if she gave me a discount on this. This has been there probably since last season, and I like it, but she had $10 marked on it. But since I am making Disney journals for my daughter and myself, I thought I could spend a little more on something I'm going to use for that. I want to see if she gave me a discount, because she does sometimes. Yeah, she gave it to me for $10, or $9 instead of 10. So it's still high, but I'm going to make journaling cards out of many of the images. The dwarves. I don't know what I'll do with that. It's a big picture, but I will make, I can use Tinkerbell. I like Jiminy Cricket. I'm just looking to see, I think this would be a cute journaling card. Looking to see what I can use in here. These Alice characters. We both like Alice in Wonderland. So yeah, I'll be able to use a lot of things out of here in our journals. I picked this up because I just sold one of these. It was a little bit bigger, I think, but it was the Golden Field Guide, and I don't remember if that one was hardcover, but this one is a soft cover. But it has all the same illustrations, and I sold the one I had, so here's another one for my shop. She had a whole box of these for $1 each, and I picked out 3 that I thought would make fun glue book covers. Lots of bright colors inside too. Wonder what year this is. 1959. They're in good condition. So there's this one with the tiger and the violin, and I think that's the UN building, because I did see an article about the UN and a volcano with smoke coming out. And here's one. I just like the colors on these. The donkey and the microscope and a trumpet, a submarine, a zebra, a whale, stopwatch, or a watch, Washington Monument, and the White House. I have a family member interested in a horse journal, which I didn't tell her I would make it. She just said, if you ever make a horse journal. So I'm kind of collecting things for a horse journal or 2. So I picked these up. These have been there for a long time. I usually don't even look at them. It was $1, and it's 1962, and there are a lot of fun images I can use. Now, I don't know if this young lady, she's 20, and I don't know her very well. She is my nephew, my husband's nephew, actually, that lives in Florida, and his second wife, his first wife, passed away during COVID, and now he's married again, and she has a 20-year-old daughter. They live in Florida. I've met her a couple times, but she was interested in a horse journal, so I thought maybe I will make one. So she doesn't know that I'm collecting stuff, but I don't know if she would like the vintage look, but that's what I'm going to make, and if she likes it, she can have it. I picked up these 2 butterfly appliques for $1.50. This was free, my progress folder for handwriting. So it's a nice vintage craft colored folder with handwriting samples inside showing progress. So I can cut this into pieces and use it, and I can use some of these pages. A grammar guide certificate. Penmanship scale. So apparently these are the grades. You should expect this in 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th, and 6th. I don't even write that nice. Was this free too? Yep, this is another freebie. I got several free things today. This is a life insurance folder from Prudential, and I will use these. I hope I can get these. I should be able to take this apart and get these envelopes out and use them. And I got these free too. These are rub-ons, so they're backwards. But I think they're World War II planes. And I thought they were neat. I'll just stick them in a pocket or something on a journal. He had a whole bunch of these, and it was $2 each for them. And he's the one that gave me the great deal on the quilt. And he said, why don't you look through those and pick out duplicates, and you can have some duplicates. So I picked out 4 duplicates, and he just gave them to me. Oh, I have this book. This was half price. The whole booth was half price. So I paid $1.50 for this large book with these intricate, it's from 1976, black and white designs. So they go from full page to smaller pieces that I can cut out. And it's in good shape. This was, or is, a pack of 45 RPM records sleeves. The records are not in here, it's just the sleeves. She had a lot of little packs, like the size packs of the 45 records without sleeves. So I don't know if she took these off of those records, or I don't know. But I didn't want the records, I just wanted these, and I didn't get to see what the pictures are or how many there were in there. She didn't have it written on there. So I want to see what we have here. There's one. You Are My Sunshine, and it's a sin to tell a lie is on the B-side. Does it say who this is? Music for the Millions. Copyright Bell Records. It doesn't say who that is. Okay, 1, 2, 11th Hour Melody. 3, 4. I know that song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. This is a sturdy one. 7, 8. Oklahoma. 9. Guys and Dolls on the other side. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. Another sturdy one. 17. 18. 19. So if I counted them correctly while I was looking, I paid $5 for 19 of these. That's not bad. This is just a little book, a little Dover book of stained glass. It's on vellum, but it looks like stained glass flowers. There's not a lot of pages, but they'll be really pretty to back onto a colored cardstock, or maybe even paint somehow, or leave them the way they are. And this I will cut up for my journals, Disney journals. It was $1, so I'll just cut out the images and use them. So I usually don't pick up the Disney stuff, but today I did, including this one. I'm not going to make a journal out of it. The cover is not in good enough condition anyway, even though it's not that old. This is 2010. I mean, 2010. Yeah, 2010. Oh yeah, she stuck that card in there to keep it safe. And I can just use a few of the Beauty and the Beast images in our journals. This little card is adorable. I'll put that with my Christmas items. Okay, this is the last of what I got. So it wasn't a huge haul. These were the other free items. They're the City Walks, and I had one for one of these boxes from New York City, I think, that I picked up in a thrift store. So what they are is, if you go visit London or Paris, you can take these cards and they have suggested walks to take and sights to see. And they are really nice, good sturdy cards, and great to put in junk journals, and very interesting. I picked up the Paris one first, thinking I don't need both of them. But then I thought, well, I could put them in some packs of freebies that I give with my orders. When people order from me, I always put something free in there. Or put them in assorted ephemera packs. So I'll share these with you guys. Paris and London. This is wired ribbon, which I will remove the wire when I use it, but I loved this. It's like a polished cotton gingham. And I believe it's vintage. It definitely looks vintage. And I paid $1.29 for it. This I couldn't resist. It is a little pink silk or satin change purse. Change purse, pink satin, $3 retro, it says. I'm not going to use it for my change, although I would love to. It would be so fun to just open this up and get my change out. But it's a hassle to have to put your bills in one thing and your change in another. But I am going to put it in my purse and put the cloth that I use to wipe my glasses, my eyeglasses. I'm going to carry that in there to keep that cloth clean. And it'll be easy to find in there in my pretty pink purse. These were $1, and they are plated steel. So I don't know if that means they're rust proof, but I thought I would try it for $1. And I want to see if it fits in my glues, because the openings are small, especially in these. So I want to see if it fits. Bear with me. Oh, they're short. No, it doesn't quite go in that one. I have very short ones. The only ones that I could find are very short ones that will fit in that. They should fit in this one. Yeah, no problem. Okay. But they are pretty small. So I don't know if I'll use them or not, but I have them. Then I got another ribbon, which I will use in Christmas journals. It's gold with poinsettias, and they're metallic. Paid $2 for that. And I think I paid $3 for this. I will wash it, but it's a good size, and I like the filet crochet, and it's got a lot of nice designs. It's a big one. This was only $1 for this antique book. Look at how pretty that is. It's very faded on the front, but you can, I mean, it's not that faded really. It's dirty, grungy around the edges. Looks prettier on the back. And it has this pretty design on the front. It's called Light of Asia by Sir Edwin Arnold. Look at how pretty that is. The Light of Asia. And I don't know if there's any illustrations. That's pretty though. No, I don't see any illustrations. And I didn't see a year either. Nope. But it's antique, and it's such a pretty cover. And lastly, I have this. She had a bunch of vintage upholstery type of trims, and I would have loved all of them, but they were kind of expensive. So I just got this one pack of 2 small pieces for $5. There was a pack of all this, maybe not this trim, but this color, but it was a fringe, and it was $10. But it didn't say how much yardage was in it. And of course, I love the pink. And then this looks like more of it, but it's a yellow, which is pretty. Yeah, it's a bigger piece. So I paid $5 for those. That's what I got today. Did you have a favorite item? I think my favorite is the quilt that's on my bed. But for junk journaling, what is my favorite? Nothing stands out as my favorite, so I guess these are my favorites. So that's probably the last time I will go this year. They're open till late November, but I'm going away for 10 days in November, and then I'll have holiday prep to do, so I usually don't go in November. So this was probably my last trip to the barns, and it might have only been 3 times this year, which is fine. I hope you enjoyed this haul, and tell me what your favorite item is, and I hope you're having a creative day. I'll see you soon. Bye.